You ever lose a friend and it's at a point where you're too stubborn to admit that you're wrong and they're too stubborn to admit that you're wrong? So I feel as though a German proverb, which reads, friendship is a plant we must often water, is a testament to not only a solution to that particular issue, but a solution to most intimate relationships, such as your friendship, just your everyday friends, people with whom you associate, your parents, and your relationship with a girlfriend or a boyfriend, your intimacy. So, so in a relationship with your girlfriend, I feel as though friendship, it's, you hear the always starts off as friends. So I feel that fuels the intimacy, and it fuels the communication as a whole. So this would the quote would most definitely prove to be an assertion, or a testament to the assertion that friendship, you definitely have to keep watering. You have to continuously let them know you do want them there. They want you there. So it's a two-way street. So with your parents, for example, at a point in my life, I felt as though my parents and I were very isolated. I felt as though, I did that to myself, I feel like, just because my parents would try to reach out to me. But I felt as though I didn't necessarily want them there, because it was more of a disciplinary approach. So it sucked to, for example, get hit without understanding what you did wrong. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. So had I attempted to reach out and explain to my parents that I felt the way I felt that it was very undeserving on my part, and it was very unfair on his behalf. And then as time progressed, it turned into, I now have a relationship with my dad most people would envy, I feel like. It's he and I, we do everything together now. And it's at a point where it's very enjoyable. And it all starts off with him letting me know that he was wrong to have not been there for me as a child, and me letting him know that I accepted his apology, and now we're just growing as individuals and as a family. So with your everyday friends, leading on to my third point, with my everyday friends, I feel as though you want to do things with them that'll, like, you ever try to personally, we say we're gonna be somewhere at 5. We don't end up doing anything till 9 o'clock, even though the plans are to meet at 5. And that's because I feel as though, unselfishly, we always try to do what's in the better interest for the group, rather than hitting every individual. And that's another, I feel like, just decisions like that water that friendship, when you're more concerned about what everybody wants to do rather than yourself. And I don't feel as though in our group, my everyday, like, closer circle, we have someone who, I mean, it's nice to be assertive, but it's also nice to be unselfish. So I feel like the German proverb, friendship is a root you must often water, has proved to be it's been particularly evident in my life. And I feel like the 3 examples I gave, with your relationships, your parents, and your friendships, really proved to be a testament to that, to be true. Thank you.
All right, Eric, there are a lot of things in the speech that I think work really well. I like the rhetorical question you have at the beginning. I thought you had an excellent transition to the quote that you're using. There's a really solid preview at the beginning of the speech. It's a little odd, though, when you get into the speech, that the last point that you had in your preview is the first point that you have in the speech, so that felt a little bit awkward. But other than that, it was clearly structured, and you got to each of those points and signposted them as you went to them. I thought there wasn't much development on that first point. The second and the third points were developed a little bit more effectively. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Your voice projects well. I think you could use maybe a little bit more variety in the volume of your voice, but there's pretty good variety in the tone of your voice. It seems to flow pretty smoothly. I didn't notice any big problems. I thought you had some good indicators while you were speaking. Your facial expressions are appropriate for the tone that you're taking in the speech. That's good. You do look up pretty regularly, but it did seem to me sometimes like you were eyeing the sides more than you are the whole audience. So I think you want to be a little bit more consistent about that. In the first couple of minutes of the speech, I did notice some foot movement that seemed a little bit nervous, kind of stepping forward, stepping back, stepping forward, stepping back. That settled down after the first couple of minutes of the speech, so that's where I would say the anxiety was coming out. And at the end of the speech, you had a pretty good summary. I'll probably add it to my list of examples, and I don't mean to make anybody feel awkward. It's proverb as opposed to proverb. A proverb is a verb that gets paid for doing what it does. You know?
All right. Just a pronunciation thing, not a big